Hello! Let me see if I can switch over real quick. There we are. We are finally back to Final Fantasy XIV! When we get in and the music starts playing, could someone please let me know how I sound versus how loud the game is? But apparently, there's no music playing while... Here we go. Alright, how do I sound compared to the game? Can anyone help me out? Otherwise, I'm going to have to pause real quick and we'll hear an echo as I check myself. See if I can get my... There we go. Perfect. Alright. Alright, cool. Thank you. Alright. So, hello everyone! Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. For those who have not watched my other videos, my actual main is in Stormblood, but I really wanted to restart and play the story all the way through again because I absolutely love the story of this game. I think it blows World of Warcraft out of the water. It is no contest. So I decided to do it. And for those who want a little bit of a recap, or those who haven't watched the other videos, we could do a quick recap as we get our way to the next destination. We are basically an adventurer that showed up to the lands of Gridania, and Gridania are home to, if you want to think of it in classical D&D terms, Gridania is home to the elves. That is where they live. And we kind of are just an adventurer helping out, and the world is still recovering from a catastrophic, almost apocalyptic event from a few years ago called the Calamity, which is where one of the moons was brought down from the stars onto the continent that we're on right now, Eorzea, by the evil Garlean Empire, who was fighting against Eorzea to try and conquer it. But so we are basically helping out as an adventurer, going through Gridania, solving various problems that have come about because of the Calamity. In particular, we have run into a specific black-cloaked mage character whose name we do not yet know, who has essentially been doing evil things. They've been corrupting the wildlife. Hey, Box, how's it going? Just doing a quick recap as we get our way to the next quest, for those who haven't seen it before. So yeah, we've run into this black-cloaked mage before, and he's been corrupting the wildlife, and he has been doing other evil, nefarious things. He's also been interfering with the local beast tribes, and if you play other Final Fantasy games, a good way to think of the beast tribes are classical Final Fantasy-based monsters, each split up by their own race. They're kind of their own tribe, and they live throughout various parts of the world. For example, in Gridania lives a beast tribe of Moogles, and each beast tribe has kind of their own patron god, known as a primal. And as of this point in the story so far, we don't really know much about the primals themselves. But if you are knowledgeable about Final Fantasy, you could probably guess what the primals are. And I'm not going to say too much more because the primals are probably the best part of the story in the game. But yeah, this black-cloaked mage has been interfering with all of these different things. And we ended up confronting him and fighting him, but he escaped. In the process, we met up with two characters named Ida, YDA, Ida, and Papalimo, who are part of some group that we don't know about, and who are basically trying to follow around this black-cloaked mage and stop whatever he's doing. So, right to get up to where we are right now, we have successfully helped out Gridania. We have become the official envoy of the government, and we have been sent to the other two major city-states of Eorzea, which is LIMSALOMINSA, which is where I am right now, which is kind of like a seaside city-state that's run by reformed pirates. And then there's Ul'dah, which is basically a giant city in the middle of the desert that's run by a bunch of merchants and a sultana. And we're sent by Gridania's leader, which is like the super special elf, not to bog you down with the official names. And we're basically trying to get the other two city-states to agree to a, basically like a remembrance ceremony for the calamity that happened 2 years ago. So that's what we're doing right now. So I need to speak with Baderon at the Drowning Trench. That is right here. I forget. I never go to LIMSALOMINSA. That is not the capital that I'm most familiar with. So yeah, I have to go down. So we already met with the Ul'dah Sultana in the last episode that was recorded for YouTube. Now we're going to meet the leader of LIMSALOMINSA, which is probably my favorite faction leader in this game. She's a reformed pirate woman with 2 handguns, and she's super cool. She's also voiced by the woman, if you play Dragon Age 2, who voiced Knight Commander Meredith, is her same voice actor. So she's pretty cool. Alright, so we need to go right here. I'm an archer, by the way, just in case you're curious. I'm level 20. I'm a little bit ahead of what I should be at this level, which is 15. Yeah, the game is great. I would strongly recommend everyone try it out. You can do a trial membership for free. And I'm not sure what level they let you go up to now, but before, when I did it my first time, it was 15, I think. But yeah, I would check it out. So, because it's definitely a fantastic game that I would recommend for anyone who likes MMOs, and maybe who are a little... Oh, I'm getting lost in LIMSALOMINSA. And maybe who are a little tired of WoW, or at the very least want a break from it, like me. So, or you could just watch for a little while, and the next thing we're actually going to be doing is a dungeon. It's the first dungeon that you do. So, if you want to check that out, give it a little watch and see how you think. I literally ran down the stairs and ran the wrong direction. I'm doing good as a streamer, guys. Can you tell? Here we go. Welcome to the Drowning Wrench. Sit wherever you like, mate. I'll be with you on a... Aye, I'm Baderon. Alright, who's asking? Fusion Fall. Oh my god, I played Fusion Fall when it came out. I even paid to become, like, the exclusive member of Fusion Fall when I was... I must have only been, like, 15 when Fusion Fall came out. So... And I'm turning 30 tomorrow, so it was a long time ago. God, Fusion Fall. Fusion Fall was a Cartoon Network MMO that was just madness. I never got far enough to really figure out if there was an actual storyline, but I really loved just knowing all the characters. It was super cool. Just so you're fairly warned, though, this ain't no job for the faint of heart. Things are liable to get downright bleeding airy, but if you think you're still interested, let me know. I'll fill you in on the details. Alright, so... what's the next one we have to do? Do I think Battle for Azeroth will have a turnaround in the later patches? I don't know. It really depends on how good 8.2 is. I don't need to do this. Like I said, it really depends on how good 8.2 is, I think. Have I ever played Dragon Quest? I've played various Dragon Quest games here and there. I've never completed one. And everyone always tells me different ones. I've heard people say 9's really good. I think 11 is the newest one, right? I've heard people say that one's pretty good. But I haven't played either of those two, so... the ones I've played have been the older ones. Word has it some suspicious-looking buggers have been sneaking around in and out of the Sastasha the Sastasha Seagrot. And I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Valeport and find out what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know. But if it weren't so long as fish in the back... yeah, so we have to go do the first dungeon. we're gonna go a little bit faster here because these aren't really tied to the main story too much. It's just kind of like, for some reason, Final Fantasy XIV makes you do like 3 dungeons right in a row, and then you have quite a bit of ways before you do like the next major dungeon, and I'm not sure why. So basically, we're going to this dungeon, and we're going to be in contact with the Sahagin, which are basically like the fish people. If you played Final Fantasy X, they're kind of like those fish monsters that spit water at you. They look exactly like them, actually. Yep. So he's just telling us to go there and meet up with the guy out front of the dungeon. This is kind of a relic from before they updated the game. Nowadays, I think I probably could have just ran to the dungeon and he would have gave me the next part of the quest. Cool. So I'm going to attune with the crystal here. And for those who, again, if this is your first time watching Final Fantasy XIV, the fast travel in this game is literally a teleport that you pay for, with the in-game currency, not real money, which is Gil, of course. It's a Final Fantasy game. But you have to attune yourself to these Aetherite shards. And once you attune them, you can teleport to them whenever you want. Alright, so I need to go... Where do I need to go? I need to go to the lower decks, I guess? Yeah, I need to go to the lower decks. Because I need to go to the dungeon. I have my trusty, handy iPad here just to make sure I'm on track with the main story quests. Yeah, so we need to go... No, not here. Wait, I need to go to the Bulwark Hall. Yes. So we are on our way to the first dungeon, the Sastasha Sea Grot. And dungeons are pretty cool in this game. Unlike WoW, they're only four-person dungeons, so there's 2 DPS and a tank and a healer. So it's a little bit more... The way dungeons work in raids in this game is that there are 4-player dungeons, and then there's kind of like the in-between between like a dungeon and a raid, which is 8 players. And that's where most of like the major story fights happen, and like these 8-player, I forget what they're called off the top of my head. These 8-player dungeons, for lack of a better word. And then there are 24-person raids. Those are called Alliance raids, where you get 24 players to do the hardest of the hard endgame content. And that stuff is difficult. I never did that on my main, because I hadn't even gotten to the end of the main story of Stormblood, which is the 2nd expansion. But I really want to do some raids in Final Fantasy because they are cool looking. And unlike WoW, I hate to compare this to WoW, but, you know, they're both MMOs that are out right now. The music in this is, I think, a step above anything WoW ever does. Hey, nice to see you playing this live. Thanks! It's a great game. I really like it. I think more people should play it. Alright, you're here for the Commodore Rainer's investigation. You want a ferry across for Airport. Yep. Once you arrive in western La NOSCEA, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice. I don't have to do that. The Hall of the Novice basically is just like, this is how you play your class, so that when you get into the dungeon, you're not terrible. So what do I need to... They're gonna make me go? That's a bummer. Well, how do I get... Oh, the ferry skipper. Airport. Yes. The Hall of the Novice, basically, they're like, this is how you fight in dungeons, so that you don't screw over your party, but, you know, I have a level 64 Black Mage, so I kind of know how to play the game. Alright, so yeah, looks like we're going to the quest giver. You've been playing since 1.0. Well, you have an up on me. I only started playing in A Realm Reborn, so... I did... One of those days I fell into a lore pit, and I just read all the things of all the story in 1.0. Much like I did with Dark Souls one day. And it was really interesting. I really liked this story. I love how they ended the original Final Fantasy XIV with the mega events that carried over story-wise into a Realm Reborn. It was really cool. It gives you a nice set of armor and an EXP plus ring. Oh, that's right! So just for some clarification, the last time I played this was probably last year. It was right when Stormblood came out. Yes, I know. Okay. Speak with Yellow Jacket. Wait, do I so I can do this, right? I don't have to, though? Should I? I guess I should. Sure. It will give me an EXP ring. I forgot about that. I mean, although right now you do have, what, some absurd, like, 300% increase experience gain, so I don't know if I need it, but, you know, I'll do it. You'll be learning Avoidance. This is basically don't stand in the bad stuff. The enemy often tips their hand before a big attack. Your best defense is to get out of the way. You were at the Fan Fest last month. Oh, I would have loved to have been at the Fan Fest. I watched it live with like 4 different people at the same time. We were all super hyped. I can't wait for the next expansion. I haven't even finished Stormblood, but I watched enough of it. Like, I watched the Fan Fest, but they didn't really spoil. I mean, they spoiled a little bit of 4.5, but I don't really even know what's going on yet, so I watched the whole thing. Blue Mage is gonna be really cool. I can't wait to see what Gunblade like actually plays like. I'm really curious. I also wonder if the last class is gonna be a dancer. I kind of hope so. I really want to see how a dancer would play. So right now I'm just avoiding enemy attacks. This is basically teaching you how all these dungeon encounters are gonna go. Don't stand in the bad. Some things you have to stand in the good, but you know, right now it's not. We're not doing it. You want Gunblade to be a tank? Oh, I'm such a DPS scrub, and I love DPS classes, so I kind of want it to be a DPS because there really aren't any DPS class, or not DPS, melee DPS, because there aren't really any melee DPS classes that I really like to play. I haven't tried all of them, but you know, I really wanted to play Dark Knight because I thought that was DPS, but it's a tank. So, because I really like Dark Knight in other Final Fantasy games, but it's a tank and not damage, so you know. We did it. We avoided things. We're gonna get a level just doing all these different tasks. See, I haven't done Samurai yet, so I'll have to try it out. I like just started Stormblood before I quit, just because I had other things going on. I think I'm 63 or 64 on my Black Mage. Cool. Yes. But I've always been like a ranged fan. Like, I play a mage or a spellcaster in every RPG. Like in World of Warcraft, my main is a warlock, and then my other alt is a mage. So when I picked this, I was like, oh, of course I'm gonna be a black mage. How much does it annoy you how little Blizzard has used Rathian since Mists of Pandaria? I feel like the whole point was protecting Azeroth, but he missed out on the Legion altogether. From what I've heard from some inside sources, which are just rumors, so I don't really have. This is just telling me how to fight, so excuse me. From what I've heard from some insider rumors at Blizzard is that when the big exodus of a lot of the old school WoW developers ended, which was kind of like at the end of MoP or halfway through Warlords, the ones who were left like, they had no desire to make Wrathion an actual character. So, that's kind of why in Warlords he does nothing. He shows up on the Mage Tower, and then in Legion he's not there at all. He's in the Chromie scenario, and that's it. So, I don't actually know if they're actually going to ever do anything with Wrathion again, because, like you said, his entire thing was preparing for the Legion to come. I mean, he basically causes Warlords of Draenor trying to get an army to help us fight the Legion. The Legion shows up and he's not even in the expansion. So, yes, he was in High Mountain, and when I was covering it during the beta and the alpha, that was my favorite part of High Mountain. Because the idea that originally the storyline was he was taking Black Dragon eggs from the past and bringing them to the present after their corruption had been cleansed by Home. And I was like, that's an amazing storyline. It's a pure Black Dragon flight, non-corrupted one. And I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. That would be such a cool story hook. And then they changed it. So, you know, I was really bummed out. Yeah, he does, the Island Expedition, I guess, breadcrumb quest says that he is, he's in Blackrock Mountain. He was in Blackrock Mountain, and now he's at the Dragon Isles. But yeah, you don't see him, he's only mentioned, so. It's, I don't know. I don't know if they know, I don't think they know what they want to do with him. I think all the people, the developers who were passionate about that storyline are gone. Like Metzen and Kozak. That was Kozak specifically was like the big Wrathion guy in Miss Pandaria. So Kozak is now doing whatever he's doing on Hearthstone. So I don't know, man. Okay, yeah. Defeat an occupied target. I'll put on all this stuff when I finish the training. I forgot that this gives you gear. I kind of wish I could be like, yeah, I know how to play, and then just give me all the gear. Because I have a level 63 character, so I know how to... You have to do dungeons and raids to get that far, so... I like Ebonhorn, and I think Ebonhorn could have still been in the story. I think High Mountain could have been a more Black Dragon-focused storyline. Because Home has a backstory with it, so they could have leaned more into the Dragon storyline. And had both of them. Had Home there the whole time, but also have Wrathion there. And like at the end, where Wrathion originally was, have Wrathion and Ebonhorn meet up. Maybe they fight, but don't kill either of them, because I like both of them. So, I mean, they could have still had both of those characters in the expansion. Because right now, Wrathion's appearance in Legion with the Chromie stuff is so dumb. The Chromie thing is... What do I actually have to do? I'm defeating enemies? Okay. Target the enemy engaged by your ally. Yeah, the staff one. Okay. Because the Chromie stuff was cool the first time I did it, but it doesn't go anywhere. Like, it doesn't... I don't know. Happens, we're going to the Fist Fighter. It's just a bummer. It just makes me sad. Like I was saying yesterday when I was testing out my stream for this, I'm less angry at Battle for Azeroth and more sad of what a huge missed opportunity it seems to have been so far. Yeah, he was in the Alliance's, he originally was in the Alliance's allied, the Alliance Embassy, which made sense given his friendship with Anduin, but they removed him, I don't know, because it was too interesting, so they got rid of it. Let me see if I can... No, I can't up the frame rate from here. I'd have to restart the stream. It's only 30 FPS right now, so I know it's a little choppy. next time when I stream this tomorrow, I'll try to get to 60. Because I have the internet for it, so. More like beta for Azeroth. Yeah, sadly that is kind of how it seems. Especially since the Azerite system is being completely redone for 8.2 and completely changing. There have been some bigger YouTubers who have done pretty extensive videos on the topic, but the idea is they really didn't know what to do for Azerite armor. Because if you guys were in the beta or didn't know, Azerite armor, the armor itself with like the traits, didn't get put into the beta until like almost the very end, like almost right before launch. So we were testing so much of the game without the major, I would argue, the biggest selling point of the expansion. It wasn't in the testing until right before it came out. So there's been a lot of theories that they didn't really know what they wanted to do with it, but rather than push the game back another 6 months, they just released it as is and then said, fuck it, we'll fix it eventually. So that's why in 8.2, all of the traits are just unlocked immediately on all your armor, and then they're changing the necklace to something else that we don't know yet. So, okay, so I can't get hit 5 times. It's just a bummer. I forgot what some of my abilities do. This is my heal. This is my instant attack. Played the beta for an hour and uninstalled it like it was nothing. I mean, it's just World of Warcraft again. Oops, I got hit once. It's just WoW again. Like, there's nothing different. I mean, arguably it's even worse because they took away all of your artifact abilities. And they gave some of them back in talents, but then they had to take away talents to give you those. So, I mean, come on. It's like you lost things, and then the Blizzard's like, you should be happy. And it's like, what? Yeah, I never thought I'd miss artifacts either. I actually said that a couple weeks ago online. I never thought that Battle for Azeroth would make me crave for the days of the artifact weapon, because even though it was a stupid grind, at least a lot of the traits were interesting. Like, they changed up your gameplay style. Like, none of my Azerite traits and my armor changes anything, anyway how I play. So it's... I'm sorry, I don't mean the Final Fantasy stream to, like, be shitting on WoW, but... It's kind of hard to not compare the two, because they're both MMOs that are popular right now, so it's... I mean, Final Fantasy is having a similar, not problem, but they're... From what it sounds like when I was watching the Fan Fest and I was watching or reading some developer interviews, they want to cut down on the amount of extraneous abilities that you only use like once every fight or something, which I can understand, but Blizzard like went way into the extreme with that. Like, to where... I'm not saying that all my bars needed to be full on WoW for it to be fun, but I went from like 75% of my bars to full to like under 50, and I don't feel like my rotation has changed in like 4 expansions, and it's just, I'm bored. Like, that's what it is. It's boring. Like, when I don't have any new mechanics, I'm just doing the same thing. I've been doing it for like 6 years. Like, for example, I played 14, A Realm Reborn, before and then after Heavensward came out, and for the Black Mage, they completely changed how it played, and it played like amazing in Heavensward. I haven't gotten far enough into Stormblood to see all the changes, but like, I liked it. Like, the 2.0 to Heavensward change, I was like, this is amazing. Like, I love how Black Mage plays. So, like, I wish my Warlock felt that way. The last time I felt like the Warlock played significantly differently was in Mists of Pandaria. Which, again, at this point was 4 expansions ago. One thing I do I'm a little bummed out about the archer is I feel like the way my abilities look isn't as cool as my black mage. I mean, I'm sure that'll change when I become a bard, but like I really like how magic looks in this game. I really excuse me. I really want to make a healer. I really want to make an astrologian, or how do you pronounce that? Because I love the aesthetic of the cards spinning around. Oh, it looks so cool. Hey, what's up, Luce? Yeah, 8.1 basically was like we took 8.0 and we made it a little less obnoxious, but it's not the fixes that the game needs to be good. So, am I done with this yet? I want to do the actual dungeon and progress with the story. I forgot how long this was. I think this is fine for new players. They just need like a toggle that's like, yeah, I've done all this. And it may be like the game checks if you have like a high level character. Okay, I'm almost done. This one teaches you how to use abilities in the field. Astros is the easiest to learn. SCH is the hardest. That's a scholar, right? What is that? Is that the one that you play the pet class with? Like I said, I'm like a DPS fan, so I haven't looked at any of the healing stuff really. Outside of just watching a video of the astrologian rotation and be like, oh, look how cool all the animations look. That's as far as I looked into it. You missed the mop talent that lets you cast and run. I do too. I understand why they got rid of it. It was incredibly overpowered. I mean, the Warfront is fun. I think Darkshore is better than Arathi Highlands, to be honest. I like how it's different. But it's, again, it's still the same thing. It's just slightly tweaked. So I have to make sure to close the gate. I wasn't looking at, I don't remember which gate I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm sure it'll yell at me when I have to do it. Where's the lever? Where's the lever? There it is. So basically, this is teaching you that in a lot of dungeon bosses, there are things you have to activate on the field to change things. I mean, it's a raid patch that came out a month and a half before the raid came out, so, like, is that a raid patch? I forgot my rotation, so heavy shot's my filler. Straight shot gives me the buff, but I also can get a proc to make it better. And then venomous bite is my doc, that's right. What I think Pride is done with YouTube. I don't know what Pride's doing. I haven't talked to him since we left. So good luck to him in his life. I know he's married, I think, and has a kid. So, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I know that his attempt to come back fell flat on its face. And now the people that he had on his streams, like Jesse from Lost Codex, are now doing their own channel. And their channel is now bigger than Smoking Gamer, so... You know, whatever. Okay, final exercise. Here we go. Well, the thing that I'll give Assaults and Warfronts is it gives them a really good excuse to update all of the really old-looking buildings that are in WoW. So I'll give it a pass on that alone. Because all the new artwork is amazing. Like I said yesterday in my stream setting this up, I'm so sad that all of the amazing artwork is served with such a shit story and gameplay experience. Like, it's such a bummer. The training exercise is underway! Yes, I agree. If Warfronts had story significance, it wouldn't feel so pointless. You nailed it. All they had to do was, after you did the Warfront once, I mean, you would have to wait until your side did it. After you did the Warfront once, like, have another quest chain for the story. Like, say what happens. Give a canonical ending. Like, and then just treat Warfronts like you treat Battlegrounds, where they're not canon. And you could just do them as long as you want. I don't know why that's... You seem so scared of doing stuff like that. I mean, I can play the same fucking dungeon in Final Fantasy XIV 10,000 times. It doesn't mean I'm doing it every time in the story. WoW has that same thing, so what's the big deal? I don't get it, man. One thing I do like about Archer over the Black Mage is I can move while I do all my abilities. That's pretty cool. Multiple foes. Oh, my nose is all stuffed up. I'm sorry. Oh, am I synced to a lower level where I can't use my AoE? That's a bummer. The fact that there is not a follow-up with Danath is such a shit conclusion to a character that should have been in the game years and years and years ago. Back on Azeroth, I mean. I know he was in DC. But such a disservice to that character. Bam! Alright, last fight. The tamed Gubu! Gubwe! Let's buff all our shit. So yeah, after this we'll finally be able to do the actual dungeon. I'm not going to stream for too long tonight, probably another hour. So hopefully we can get through the first dungeon and maybe the quests leading up to the second one. Because this took up way longer than I thought it would. So tomorrow hopefully we can do the other two dungeons. And then we'll continue on with the story. Like I said in the first episode of this, it takes until like level 20 or so before the story really picks up. That's not to say that the stuff before that isn't important. But once you get there, it really starts getting better. And then once you get to the end game, like once you get to 50, which is the end game for A Realm Reborn. I know some people don't like the end game of A Realm Reborn, but I think it's great. Story-wise, at least. Hooray! I want to turn down the music just a little bit. To like there. Yay! We're finally done. I did get a level from doing this. Nice. I can do more? Nothing. Alright, cool. Okay. It's my airship pet. Alright. I forget what's the command to open up the bag. Control B. Oh, I'm forgetting how to play. What's the stuff that we just... Did it automatically upgrade for me? My brain ain't working so good. Do I think Blizzard will have the balls to kill off Sylvanas? No, I don't. I think they're either going to have her be redeemed or have her leave. There's no way she's dying. I just don't think it's happening. Up here, cool. Where did they put my items? They're not in my bag that I got. Did I have to talk to him again? I'm looking for my freaking gear. Shit, what's the fucking... What's the damn command to get into the fucking... No, that's not it. There we go. Control I. I still don't know why they did that. Let's put on all our new stuff. Yeah, that's an upgrade. Then we got our new rings. Are these better than what I have? Strength and Dex, and then the weathered ring. So I want to... CP, that's for crafting, so let's put that down here. Oh yeah, we're gonna put this right here. And then we will do this. I think this is actually a tanking item, isn't it? Direct hit. Nah, I don't want to keep it. Alright, cool. Let's go do the dungeon. No, I don't think Sylvanas is going to get killed. I will be very shocked if they kill off Sylvanas. At least in WoW. I think if they ever made Warcraft 4, the possibility is there, but I think it's still very unlikely. Alright, here we go! We are in front of the first dungeon. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since the vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have been nearby. When we received word of men of questionable quality have been seen passing in and out of Sastasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fish-backed fancy serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Yeah, they've been kidnapping people. The task is to poke around in the caves, find out what we're dealing with. Do that. He'll be out here, so I have to use the duty finder. Yay! What is the command for the duty finder? Social? No. Instance raids. Yes. Duty finder. Thank you. The duty finder. Oh, it's you. Alright, so we want to do Sastasha. Yeah. So we're going to queue up for that. Our role is deeps. And yeah, so we're going to join. And then now we just kind of chill out till we get to our dungeon group. Do I think she'll go Do I think she'll go Lich Queen? I mean, she already has gone Lich Queen, hasn't she? I mean, especially in 8.1, she's the Lich Queen. I don't know. I don't think... I think rather than a rebellion rising up against her, eventually she'll abdicate the position of War Chief and be replaced by somebody else. Whether that means she abdicates position as leader of the Forsaken as well, I don't know. Because Nathanos has gotten a lot of screen time, so they could be setting him up for being the next leader. But Nathanos is the biggest Sylvanas fanboy of them all, so I can't imagine... Unless she does something crazy, like kills like half of her own people, instead of just like the 10 she kills in Before the Storm, maybe he'd turn against her. But right now, they're setting up little hints here and there that maybe he thinks she's going too far, but I don't think there's any way that he would turn against her right now. So, I don't know. Yeah, I also don't like Nathanos. He's obnoxious. He's a character that got old real fast. I can't imagine. I hate that the fans, that Horde players, well, I don't hate, but it confuses me that they're okay with a character who just hates you as the player. Like, Nathanos just, like, insults you and yells at you, and it's just a dickhead, like, to you as the Horde player. And it's just, like, he's like a super edgelord. He's like a 4chan poster who's, like, 12. Because all he does is throw out quips. He's such an obnoxious little bitch, and he's just... Like, especially his stuff with Tyrande. He's like, oh, are you the queen of the tree elves now? I was like, who wrote this dialogue? Really? Yeah, the Dark Shore. I don't know how they could have fixed that with how they set it up. I don't know. Without redoing that whole ending, I don't know how you'd fix that. I think they did a decent enough band-aid with Tyrande just destroying everybody. But her being stunned as well, I had a problem with. Wow, the wait time is really 17 minutes? Fuck, man. That's a bummer. I'm gonna go see if I can do my Archer quest while I wait. I forgot that this is old content that won't be done right away, so. For those of you guys who haven't played 14, every 5 levels you, at least for quite a while from the beginning, every 5 levels you get a new ability for your class. That's kind of how they give them to you. Well, for the most part. You get some others just by leveling up, but you get, like, the biggest ones by doing, like, quests for your class, which are pretty cool. And then when you hit level 30, I believe, unless they changed it again in Stormblood, which I haven't played anything else but my main, so I don't know. When you hit level 30, you can get a job. Right now, I'm the class Archer, but then I can get the job. For the Archer, I believe their job is Bard, or I don't know what the other one is, if there is one. I'm not sure, actually. But I'm going for Bard, which is kind of like a DPS range class that also buffs and debuffs, which is pretty cool. So, did I see the picture of the Blizz Riders who were talking about him like he was a self-insert? He's not a self-insert. I know that's just like a thing. People, like, it's like a meme online for people who are pissed off at the game. I feel bad that I participated in that. Only very slightly I did. But my thing with Blizzard... I'm sorry, I gotta really stop aimlessly wandering around. My problem with Blizzard is... For some reason, suddenly they've forgotten, like, the idea of optics mattering. And optics, to me, is how you as the company and how you as the game are viewed, and the implications people take from actions that you take. So, for example, with all the Nathanos stuff in 8.1, where it really seems like the story is kind of favoring him not just automatically being killed by Tyrande, which is what realistically would have happened if the game wasn't plot armoring him and Sylvanas so badly. But when you find out that, oh, the guy that people already accuse of being the Nathanos self-insert wrote that part too, the optics of that looks really bad. Like, it's... I know that that's not the case, but the optics of it, the way it looks, makes it look not super great. I actually haven't done these, so I'm going to read them on my own. I know you guys haven't really... I didn't record these, so you might be lost here, but... We're basically proving ourselves to the Archers Guild. And for some reason, this guy really hates us, and I don't know why. Silver. He's such a bitch. He hates me. He's like, oh my god, he's Nathanos. He's like a pompous dickhead who's an archer who thinks his shit don't stink. Oh my god. We found our Nathanos. It's this guy right here. You'll find out in a second. That may be, but I have shed blood defending our borders, unlike you, savage. Savage? You know nothing about me, you bigoted son of a... Enough. Everybody hates him, so he's Nathanos. One more word and you shall have the cause to regret your petulance. The three of you will go to Bussaran's druthers in South Shroud, now out of my sight. Yeah, some other problems of optics Blizzards have had lately. Diablo Immortal, that whole shit show. The way they went about it was the way the problems with it, the backlash to it, the only actual problem with it was the optics of the announcement. Like, they didn't talk about anything else but Diablo Immortal. Literally all they had to do was make a mock 10-second cinematic like Elder Scrolls 6 did. There are some Elven characters that don't act like that. Urianger, I like him a lot. He doesn't really act like that. He's just kind of a schemer, but, I mean, he's doing it for specific reasons. Spoilers. The problem is that the problem is not that they're making a Diablo phone game. The problem is that they didn't show anything else. That's the problem. Alright, where do I have to go for this? I have my freaking UI. Let's see if I can change this real quick. My duty list. How can I make that bigger? I forgot. No, I don't want to do that. Oh shit, where'd my duty list go? Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Where'd you go, duty list? I just wanted to make you bigger. Now you're gone. Oh. Oh, I right-clicked on it. That's what my problem was. There we go. I wanted to make it bigger. I had it set up so for my when I was streaming this in 1080p. Because unless anyone wants to drop a hot $200, I only have one monitor, so it was easier when I was recording, but when I'm streaming it, I need it a little bit bigger. There we go. Sorry, let me get to where I need to go, and then I'll catch up on the chat. All right, where am I going? I right-clicked and turned it off on accident. I'm not sure how much of a delay there is, but I fixed it. Don't you have phones? Yeah, I know. That's what's fucking... The don't you have phones guy is like such a... is so emblematic of current Blizzard. He was mad that the fans were mad, and if you are the developer, what you should have taken away from that is the fans are mad. Oh shit, the fans are mad. The hardcore fans who pay $1,000+ to come here are pissed off. Maybe I shouldn't be a passive-aggressive dick to them. Maybe I should dissuade their fears and be like, don't worry guys, there's another Diablo game coming. I'm playing on Ultros because some of my friends play here. I'm not sure what data center. Is that the data center or is that the server? I don't know. Ultros is the place I am at, though. So I don't have the teleport to the next area. I didn't go there yet, so I need to run there. Although I think I'm going to be going here after I finish the current dungeon. That's where the next one is, I think. I don't know why they didn't just have Sylvanas there instead of Nathanos. She barely is... Yeah, I don't know why Sylvanas isn't there either. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it could have been Sylvanas. Then she could have activated, like, Banshee form, and that's how she... You know, that's how she doesn't die. Something. Anything than what we got. Oh, yeah. Also, if Nathanos died and was resurrected, that could have been better. Have the Valkyr die, bringing him back to life, like the ones that did when Sylvanas got killed by by Godfrey. That would have been a perfect Band-Aid fix. But yeah, all they, like, as I was saying, literally all they had to do was make a 10-second mock-up cinematic that was like the Elder Scrolls 6 one from last year or 2 years ago at E3. I can't remember when they did it, where they showed like nothing. It was just like a bullshit cinematic over like a landscape, and then it said Elder Scrolls 6, and then that was it. Literally all they had to do was make a 10-second cinematic and then say Diablo 4 in production. Like, that's it. That's the only thing they had to do. And they would have... None of this would have been here. That's it. Like, if they even wanted to make it, like, something a little bit better, they could have had, like, Tyrion's voice actor narrating something. I think the way that I suggested it in my original video was saying, you see, like, you're in Pandemonium in the boss fight area right where you killed Malthael, and the camera's, like, panned down to the ground, and you see all the little shards of the Black Soulstone, and then you just have fucking Tyrael there saying some bullshit, like, oh, now, with my brother's actions, the primeval will return. Boom! Logo, Diablo 4. That's it. Everyone would have lost their shit. Everyone would have lost their shit, and no one would have gave any fucks about Diablo Immortal. That's all they had to do. Like, I'm excited for that, and that didn't even happen. Like, that excites me. Hey, what's up, Dark Chili? Yes, you are here on the right time, although I'm only streaming for like another hour. So, I've been going for like an hour, but now we're finally actually doing the dungeon. So this is the first dungeon in Final Fantasy XIV that you do. It's called Sastasha. The Sastasha something something. What's the whole title of it? The Sastasha Seagrot. Well, the Soulstone's been destroyed, so I don't really know how they could do that. Yeah, okay, cool. I know how to do all this. Alright, here we are. This is kind of like Wailing Caverns, to be honest. I didn't mean to... I'm already fucking up by attacking the wrong one. I'm a great party member, guys. So in Final Fantasy XIV, much like a lot of other Final Fantasy games, you have a limit break, or like an overdrive, or, you know, whatever they call it in some things. And once the bar fills, you can do like a super attack, or the tank can do like a super tank thing, or the healer can do like a super healer thing. From my experience, I am never usually the one who does the limit break, so I kind of just let someone else do it. It's kind of like, I mean, it's a little bit like the heroism, but it's not, doesn't buff you, it just does a lot of damage. The captain likes his seas blue. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought I had it on my bar. I guess I didn't put it on my bar until... Where is it at? Roll? Actions. Oh shit, where is it? Am I just blind? Invigorate, I don't have any of this yet. And, oh, General! Aha! Thank you. I will, Oh, I just realized my sidebars aren't up in 720p. Oh, I probably should have figured more of this out before I started streaming. This is my first, official stream of this, so I'll have all this fixed tomorrow. Sorry. So, for example, melee, the tank increases the party's defense. Melee is a single target attack. Range does attacks all in a straight line. Caster, area of effect attack. That's usually what I'm used to on my black mage. You like a big, I think it's meteor, right? Isn't that what the caster limit break is? Maybe? I don't remember. But eventually you get limit break 2 and 3. It's 3 bars in total. Unless there's 4 in Stormblood that I don't know about. Alright, so we are making our way to, I think, the first boss. We have to activate the coral trigger, which I believe reveals the path. Yeah, it's Meteor on Black Mage, that's right. It reveals the path further into the dungeon. That's a cool looking animation, though. My AoE. It's pretty cool. I was trying to say, I'm going to turn my chat to event so we can see the chat. We can actually see, like, the lore things instead of just, like, you collected 12 gil, you collected 10 gil. Terraflame on SMN. That's what is that? Shaman? I played too much WoW. Samurai? No. What's SMN? Look, you have to give me a break. Literally the only character I have is a black mage. And being a bad party member, not attacking the right one. Summoner, that's right. Oh yeah, Terror Flare. Okay. Because Mega Flare is Bahamut, so Terra Flare would obviously be Bahamut as well, related. Duh! Get out of here, giant clam. No one likes you. Vermilion Scorn. See, I didn't know that each classes was a different name. I thought each role was a different name. That's cool. And there's one thing for people who haven't played Final Fantasy XIV. In my opinion, one of the coolest features of the game is that you can be every class on one character. You don't have to make multiple characters. The only reason I have here is so that I could play through the story again. And even then, they're introducing a feature in the next expansion where you don't have to do that, which is cool. My Black Mage is level 63? 63 or 64? So yeah, I'm just at the beginning of Stormblood. But I haven't played in like a year, so I don't remember a ton, actually, to be honest. So kind of what my plan really wants is to get this character, get this character to that level, and then just keep playing him, but then I'll go back to my mage and probably play him on my own. Treasure Coffer. So we're on our way to the first boss. We're almost there. This is Chopper. I have my guide up just so I don't fuck it up for everyone. He's a Coral. He'll do AoE. Avoid the AoE, obviously. And that's it. I mean, it's the first dungeon. Shouldn't expect a ton of mechanics. I will say, for those of you who are maybe more knowledgeable about 14 than I am, I don't know. I haven't played all of Stormblood, so this could change with Stormblood. And please, no spoilers for Stormblood. Please, no spoilers for Stormblood. Like, I will ban you. Because 14 actually is a game with a story that I like, so don't ruin that for me. But I think Heavensward is amazing. I love the story. I love the location. I love everything about it. I actually think Heavensward is a better expansion than anything I've played in World of Warcraft, to be honest. I love every part of that expansion. It's fantastic, in my opinion. I love the story. I mean, the story is so good. The main bosses are just fucking I can't talk about it anymore without spoiling it. But damn, it's so good. I can't wait till we get there again. That was a boss, if you might not have known. Again, this is the first dungeon, so think of it as like, you know, the first dungeon and anything else. What's the loot? Is this good for me? Nope, I can't even use it. I don't know if Stormblood is better than Heavensward. I've heard yes and no from some people, so I don't know. But, I love Heavensward. I've heard parts of Stormblood are better than Heavensward, but the consensus from multiple people that I've talked to is that they think Heavensward's a little better still, so who knows? Your other half plays Final Fantasy XIV. Well, you made a good choice. Steiner gets Cloud pregnant. Oh shit! I didn't see that coming. Low-key though, Steiner is like one of my favorite characters in all of video games. Steiner and Vivi, best pair. Steiner and Vivi, maybe the best duo out of any video game franchise ever. Fight me. You know that I'm right. Oh, we're already at the other boss. Oh, shit. Oh, we have to fight him twice. That's right. Yeah, part 1 of 4.5 comes out, what, in a week and a half? That'll be cool. I'm excited. I don't really know a lot about the Stormblood story, but the idea of Hydaelyn and the Light being the villain, they've been setting that up for a long-ass time. Oh, sweet, a bow. Fuck yeah. They've been setting up Hydaelyn and, like, the Light as, like, a villain for a long time, and I'm super pumped. Like, all the way from the Warriors of Darkness patch, they've been setting that idea up. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do for the story for that, without knowing anything that happens in Stormblood. So, because the Warriors of Darkness patch, I loved it. It was great. It introduced a lot of really cool ideas in the story. And that's one thing I really got to give Final Fantasy XIV. WoW does it too. I would say not as good. But Final Fantasy XIV story will introduce concepts that they'll come back to like 2 expansions later. And even characters. Like, there's a major character in Stormblood, which is the 2nd expansion, is introduced, I think, in 2.0, in A Realm Reborn, if I'm remembering right. I think she is. But then she becomes like a super major character in Stormblood. So, you know. Or, at least from what I've done with her in Stormblood, it seems like she is. I don't know if it stays that way. I remember this. We have to rummage around in the fucking pirate base. We're looking for the key. It seems like I'm just not paying attention much to the dungeon, but I mean, again, this is kind of like, I don't know, It's like doing Wailing Caverns right now in WoW. Or Dead Mines. It's not really difficult, so it's not like... I don't have to be like super intensely focused. Right now we're looking for the key to get to the last boss. Well, we have to fight the second boss again, I think, right? And then we fight the last boss. But yeah, I mean, like I said, they introduced that character that's big in Stormblood way back in the vanilla game. If you want to call 2.0 vanilla, because you can't do 1.0 anymore. So they introduced her in vanilla, and then she's just a character, like, as part of the story for like a long-ass time. And then suddenly the second expansion comes out, and like her homeland and the thematics, like the theme of her character, and like what she's doing and what she's trying to do and accomplish, why she shows up and what she's trying to get help for. There's like a whole expansion where she's still around, and then the next expansion happens and you're like, oh, now we're gonna do her thing. And it's like, that's great. Awesome. Like, this is so cool. Oh, was she in 1.0? I didn't know. What's her... I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I know I can picture exactly what she looks like, but I can't remember what her name is. I think we're fighting the boss for real now. This is when we fight him and kill him. Maybe not. Usagi? No. I can't remember what her name is. She's a dragon lady. Or, well, she has horns. I don't actually remember what her race is, but... Here's the key. The key to the hole. These are all the people that have been, that they have, they kidnapped the pirates. Which is why we're here. There is a reason why we're doing a dungeon. We are both trying to see if the pirates are actually the ones that are here, which they are, and then we're also trying to save some of the kidnapped people. Yeah, Yurigi. That's who I was thinking of. I was close, right? I said Usagi. That's Sailor Moon. Whatever, I was pretty close. Yeah, she's a really cool character. I like her a lot. I can't wait to see more of her in Stormblood. All right, so the last boss is Den the Orca-Toothed. Oh, this is the bubbling water fight with the grates. So basically, there are 4 grates over a pit. The water begins to bubble. And you have to click on the grates to stop ads from spawning. That's basically it, I think, yeah. I should have put on my fucking weapon, and I didn't. Ah, shit. Yes, you get to see the new race. Again, whose name I can't remember, but it's Fran. Fran from, Final Fantasy XIV. And apparently Fran is actually going to be in the game, in 14. Like, the actual character Fran, which... I was reading some interviews with, Yoshi P, and he said he wanted also to include Valkyr. But he didn't. But I kind of... The fact that he mentioned him kind of makes me wonder if he is going to appear in the expansion. Actually, I took my AoE off my bar like a dingus. Vera, that's right. Yep, you see her legs in the trailer. I'm excited for them. I think Fran's voice actress in 12 is terrible, but I really like the character. I don't know, some people really like her voice actor. I personally find it incredibly grating and just, ugh. No thank you. Equip my bow. What does this look like? Common bow. We don't get any of the crazy shit yet. All right. Pretty easy. Not a difficult dungeon. They really ease you in 14. They're not douches about it. Yeah, you don't get a green weapon until Ul'dah. I think that's when do I do that? It's not for much later. I thought that was one of the 3 that you do at the beginning, but it's not. That's the Tamtara Deepcroft and Copperbell Mines. And then some cool story stuff. I mean, the Bard, the level 50 Bard gear set is cool. It's like really cool looking. I can't wait to get that. I think it's later than that, isn't it? It's not level 20, is it? Maybe it's just not on this list that I have. Yeah, the pink weapons are definitely better than the white ones. In terms of stats and stuff. I just realized I haven't even looked at our party makeup, so... Holy shit, this guy is like a big-time player. Oh, it's optional? I don't remember. I definitely did it on my Black Mage. I didn't know it was optional. Man, we got some... I'm actually the only new player in the dungeon. That's pretty cool. Wait, am I? Oh no, our tank is as well. The little leaf next to your name means you're new. I think it's based on playtime, maybe? Or subtime? I don't think it's based on level. It just kind of lets other players know, like, hey, these are newish players. It unlocks what, before the first primal, right? Because that's the same. It's like at the same level. Oh, it's right before that quest. That's interesting. Sealed. Uh-oh. It's the one that I just left. I'm a fool! I've screwed the whole party. The evil presence is gone. If I don't do that, add spawn. Well, other than that, this is a pretty easy fight. Oh! Our friend over there wasn't doing his job. And we got this. And there we go. Level up! I am like 7 levels above what I should be right now. And the reason is because this is why I switched to streaming instead of recording it. Because when I finished the recording, I was like, shit, I can't record right now because of some other real life stuff. So I would just go do like the hunter's guide. And so now, you know, I'm 7 levels above what I should. Oh yeah, this was definitely more difficult when I'm sure it was more difficult when you first started. How do you leave dungeons again? There we go, eggs. Oh. See, I'm used to WoW. So what happened is, I stopped playing in Legion and I switched to 14. I played a lot of 14 all the way through Heavensward, and then I stopped. And then Battle for Azeroth came out again, so I played a shit ton of that. And now I stopped. Now I'm playing this again. So I'm like, going back and forth is just a bummer. I'm forgetting all the things. What is this? Oh, I don't want this. All right, cool. All right. I have to go all the way back to here, right? Where am I? Oh, I'm here for my, that's where my archer quest was. I thought that there was a frickin' shard here, but it's not. It's way over at Quarry Mill. I'm just gonna run over to Quarry Mill real quick. Actually, can I hire a Choco Keep? Do they let me run around by myself yet? Go play Halo Wars. Have fun. Thanks for joining me. Just a gigolo. Ugh. I can't hire one yet. Fine, I'll just walk there then. Oh yeah, I could have did my duty finder and left. Listen. It's been a couple months, maybe a year. So, you know. I'm gonna run over and get this attuned and then go back and turn this in. And I think, actually I'll just end it here. End the stream there, I mean. The dungeons do take a little bit longer on average than the WoW ones, especially the later ones. Some of them are fairly long, some of them are like an hour or more. At least from what I remember. Oh, did they reduce the cost of the mounts? That's cool. That's good. I think right now, I think I still use, I think on my Black Mage, I still use the robot that you get from 2.0, only because it has the Final Fantasy 4 music? 4, I think, right? Final Fantasy 4 music? It's just, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for it! Look, if they're gonna, oh, I'm not attuned! Shit. I need to go to LIMSALOMINSA. Where is it at? LIMSALOMINSA. I can't go there. That's a bummer. Alright, what's close? I didn't attune in LIMSALOMINSA because I thought I did last time I played. What a bummer. What a noob. Yeah, Final Fantasy 6, not 4, that's right. But I did attune to one of them. I didn't attune to the main one. Ah, shit. Alright. So now I gotta go... What would be the fastest way for me to get back there? I guess to go to a capital. And then just fly there. Yeah. So that's a bummer. I forgot to attune to the main fucking city Aetheryte Shard. I don't think I do, because I you know, archers level up in New Gridania, so I don't think I have any of the LIMSALOMINSA Aetheryte places. I could look, but yeah, I don't. I was just stupid. Here, my excuse was, I played this, the last time I played this was like months ago. It was right when Battle for Azeroth came out. So I ended my video in LIMSALOMINSA, and I had assumed that I ran around and got all the Aetheryte shards, but I'm stupid and I didn't. What a bummer. Can I use the boat at this level? Because I do have all the stuff in Ul'dah. Ugh. Where's that at? I'm unattuned there, unattuned there. I didn't attune at Aleport! Ah! Ah! The stream distracted me! No! What a noob move! Did I attune? I didn't attune at Aleport. What a fucking scrub. What a scrub. I don't even know where the closest... I'm just gonna have to go from here, I guess. What an idiot. What an idiot. Oh, shit. Oh, well. Oh, well. I gotta go to LIMSALOMINSA. Luckily, I could take the fucking airship right there. Man, I am not... On my Black Mage, on my play by myself, I spent like hours going around getting all of the Aetheryte shards, so I am not used to not being able to teleport where I want to go. But luckily the quest is right here in the city too, so... I can't believe I didn't attune to LIMSALOMINSA or fucking Aleport. Ah! What a noob. I deserve that green leaf next to my name. Yeah, I'm that player where it's like I ran around just doing nothing for like 17 hours and I'm like, what the fuck have I been doing? And what I've been doing is running around getting all the fucking Aetheryte shard teleport locations. Like, even I would go to like super high level places to be like, well, when I come here eventually I'll have the teleport already. I'm that person. And then, oh my god, and then in Heaven's Sword when you get flying. Going around getting all the flying things to enable flying. I don't know how long I spent on that. Until I realized that there were some things that wouldn't even open until you did stories for to such an extent, until more things opened up. Oh my god. I spent so long doing that in Heaven's Sword. Holy shit. I can't even tell you. It's a little embarrassing, frankly, how many hours I spend doing that. Alright. First things first. Get to the fucking attunement. I also need to go attune all to myself to all the things in the city, too. I need to go back to Ul'dah. I don't know if I did that in Ul'dah. I might have to do it anyway. Just to check. Alright, there, finally. Okay, so... where do we gotta go for this? Down this way. You do the gather ones always first. Yeah, I did as well. But for this character, I don't know. I was a stupid. Oof, 8:22. Yeah, 8:30 is where I want to end. I mean, if we get to... once we finish this quest, I mean, it's pretty much over. I want to get some late dinner, because I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm going to go do Airport. I'm going to go off-stream and go to all the places that I missed. So I don't do this shit again. Alright. I did the dungeon. Are you proud of me? Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid the ship has already sailed, friend. Oh, he's talking to a different character. Oh, Dolorous Bear! I remember you. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sastasha? Sash? I'm never gonna get it. It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor. None worse for the voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter. The wheel will turn and our chance will come. You're right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though may it be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. I didn't even see him standing there. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism that will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers, as yet unborn, to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep an eye on the prize, and all obstacles will overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as armor, and armor for the spirits, or arms and armor. I wish you fortune in your endeavors. My goal is to be a warrior, some kind of warrior, maybe of light? I don't know, though. I don't know if I can achieve that. Back then, are you? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I'll wager. Too bad I'm an archer, though. I can't be a warrior of light. It's a bummer. Fishbacks? Ah, and I was thinking you only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes, and the scaly bastards have set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'd be carrying out whatever mischief they were planning, unless they were planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sastasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. On behalf of LIMSA, I thank you for shredding some shit. Shedding some light. Shedding some light. Say that 5 times fast. On this mystery. You lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for no more than that. I bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happens I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania. I was just there. You could have told me when I was there. Seems the forest folk are in need of an adventurer who can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through a sunny glade, but after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shot when you're ready. So this is to lead you to the next dungeon. I actually think it's kind of smart how they set this up. Each of the 3 dungeons are in close to the capitals of the other 3. So you have to go to the other capitals, and you'll eventually have to go to the 2 that you didn't level up in, which is pretty interesting. Ah, so you're the Roarend I've been hearing so much about. It's a pleasure indeed to meet you in the flesh. What? Well, you've been speaking with me for like 3 quests now. The name's Betaround. This is the most hospitable of hostilleries in the Drowning Wrench. It's a place where adventurers like yourself need to rest up, listen to the latest gossip, and take on any tasks that need doing. Man, that That dialogue was written really strange. I think there was some out of order quest stuff going on there. Call of the Forest. Oh, I guess I spoke to him before the quest popped, so he gave me, like, the gossip text as if he didn't know me already. I guess that's what happened. I thought that was the first thing he said of the new quest, and I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Yes, I have to go speak with Mother Miyun again. What is this one? This one is something, right? I forget what this quest is. Rising to the challenge? Why do I need to do this again? This is for something. Is this for the... Is it this one or the next one? Is that for the one where you can, like, help new players? What is this? Beauty is only scale... Is this the one I'm looking for? This is the one to get your hair changed, right? To get your looks changed, whatever they call it in this game, the transmog, or the barbershop. The challenge log? I don't remember what. Speak with Quentinane. This seems familiar, but I don't remember doing this on my Black Mage. I know that I did. He was going to Aleport. Son of a bitch. Motherfucker. No! Ah, balls. I didn't get the Fisherman's Guild. I'm really just fucking everything up today. That's right. That's right. It gives you your weekly quests. I do remember that. I didn't go the right way, did I? No! The map here is very unclear. I'm just gonna go back here. I'll spend the 100 gil because I'm done figuring out this place. Interesting enough, the Thaumaturge levels up in Ul'dah, so LIMSALOMINSA is like the only place that I still don't know the directions really well in. Like, I know Gridania and I know fucking Ul'dah, but LIMSALOMINSA, man, is like... I still can't do it. For some reason, it's just... There's 2 tiers, and there's different areas on each tier, and it's just... My brain ain't working so good. I gotta go back to stupid Aleport. I can't believe... Ah, you were right. Dark Chili, you got me. I cannot wait for me to get a mount. Which technically I can because I'm level 22, but I'm not far enough in the main story quest yet. Which is why overleveling is really shitty in this game. I mean, I guess it's... Well, the problem was back when I was leveling in 2.0, you didn't have all these buffs to experience, so... I think I went around a long way too. Eventually I would hit a point where I couldn't continue the MSQ, and I had to go do side stuff. Wait, what? Why would it not let me travel here then if I didn't attune? This is a mess. This stream has fallen apart in the last 10 minutes. Take your stupid book. Yes, thank you. Yes, I know. Okay, yes, I know. There we go. Got it. For the love of God, take me to Aleport. Yes. Yes. A fatigue system? I don't even know what that is. I don't remember what that is. If you want to swap war stories, I've played WoW since vanilla, so I can swap some MMO early war stories with you, my friend. Trust me. And I played a warlock in vanilla, so I had to fucking grind soul shards before I did any dungeon or raid. That shit sucks. Oh yeah, you do come back to Aleport a bunch of times later on in the questing, I remember now. Especially for stuff in like, with, well, certain other primals. The longer you played, the less experience you got. Really? I'm glad that that is not a thing anymore. That's a bummer. Alright, I need to do this. Vanilla was fun, but, and a lot of people are going to find this out when Classic WoW comes out, it's good that the game's not like that anymore. Vanilla was fun because it was good. It was good at the time, but man, people are gonna hate. A lot of people are gonna hate it, and I can't wait to see that happen. Like, the Schadenfreude of that's gonna be just so good. I can't wait to see everyone play Classic WoW and get upset about it. This has been on in the background when I got my final WoD Stable achievement. What a boring achievement. Yeah, I did all that during the fucking year-long wait between Legion and WoD and Legion. Hey, mother, I'm back. When you're... Okay, what do we need to know? Fire in the gloom. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mion, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? I'm right here. And good evening to you too, Bowlord. Oh, it's the Bowlord. I know him because I'm an archer. But you must need be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended. You should recognize me. Well, if it isn't our very own man for all seasons. See? I love that they reference the fact that the characters know you. WoW needs to actually do that more. Time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. Wish for you to nip a potential thread to the Gridania in the bud. Nip it in the bud. Is that right? Is it nip it in the bud or nip it in the bud? I think it's bud. I think that's correct. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtara Deepcroft, which is the next dungeon. The place was once a Galmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been seen skulking about the Deepcroft with ever-increasing regularity. Oh no. Oh no! I'm gonna run into Edda! Oh, poor Edda. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the Calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft. Alas, the Calamity has decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. Since we thwarted their attacks on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They have probed every ilm of our defense in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. The situation of so being, we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Dalamud. Can we rely on you to handle this? I'm the best, yes. Oh my god, Edda. So, don't crucify me here. In my opinion, most of the side quests are not good in this game. I don't like a lot of them. There are some that are okay. I really like the Edda stuff. I think the Edda stuff is really good. But in my opinion, a lot of the side stuff I don't like. I think it's just kind of boring, to be honest. Which is weird because I really, really love the main story quests, so it's a strange disconnect for me. But I like the edit stuff is so tragically cool. And one day on the stream we'll do all that. So I need to get. We're gonna go here and get the quest and then end the stream. So tomorrow I can just be in queue before I start, so I don't just stand around and. Oh yeah, Palace of the Deep. I love her appearance in that. It's super cool. I love the attention to detail with a certain encounter there in terms of the music and the stage that a certain fight takes place on. It's really cool. Oops, I drank a potion on accident. Yeah, I'll probably show Palace of the Deep once on the stream, but I mean, it's not really much. Is that what it's called still? Palace of the Dead? Palace, what is it? The leveling dungeon. Well, I'll probably do a bunch of extra stuff, like, after I get all the way through Stormblood, which will be a long time from now, but like I said, when I first started this playthrough, as you can tell, I started at level 15, so I've done a little bit of it. I kind of want to just do the MSQ to get through that, to show people, because there are some people who... I've been talking about this for a while. I've been talking about, Alright, you want to die, Dynamite? I've been talking about 14 for a long time, like on my YouTube and on Twitter, and I've had some people be like, why do you like it so much? So I want to kind of just show them the main story quests. I haven't actually done Heaven on High. I've heard mixed results from people, but I haven't done it, so I don't know. I've heard mixed opinions on it. There's no greater thrill than striving alongside like-minded companions to overcome the deadliest of challenges. I don't have to speak to him. I have to speak to the other character. Get out of here. I already did your stupid quests. You'll roar in fatally if I take it. Thanks for helping out, friend. No doubt the Bull Lord's already informed you, but the task is to enter the Deep Croft and purge it of the Lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity put an end to the Sixth Astral Era. The cultists took the Lesser Moon Dalamud for their god, believing it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it only served to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that the heretics, that is to say everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deep Croft, you may be sure it's no good. Will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. Alright, cool. So this is where we're going to end the stream for today. Well, thank you for the offer. I'm not sure how much I'm going to actually play tomorrow because it's my birthday. I want to play a little bit because it's, for the first time in a few years, I'm actually not doing anything for my birthday, but I just still kind of want to just hang out. So, I don't know. But, thanks for watching, everyone. I want to stream around the same time tomorrow. I started later than I wanted because I still had to update some stuff for the game, and it went really slowly, and I don't know why, but... so yeah, tomorrow, 5-6 p.m. Central. I'll play for another few hours, but until then... Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll make sure to fix all the nonsense. I'm actually probably off stream after I get food gonna go do the archer stuff so I can get my abilities, because I'm like... I still haven't done the level 15 archer quest yet. So I should probably get that done. So thanks for watching, guys. Thank you, everyone who's hung out with me for the last few hours. It was fun shooting the shit and playing. I don't really stream usually, so I want to do it more often. I like it. It's fun. So, thank you for the birthday wishes. I will be here tomorrow, but thanks, everyone. I will see you then. Bye-bye.